Hey, and welcome to today's tutorial on dealing with back pain through Yogalates, yoga techniques, Pilates techniques and restorative yoga, such a key element of the practice. So today we're going to start lying onto our backs. So feel free to grab something for underneath the head if you feel like you need a little bit of support. Ideally you want the forehead at the same level as the chin. And just bending the knees, resting the knees either in towards one another or a little bit separate, but coming into a comfortable rested position where we can just breathe for a few minutes and really start to internalise the awareness, such a key part of this practice. So becoming aware of the weight of the body into the floor. Becoming aware of the flow, the movement of the breath in the body. Noticing that on the inhale, the diaphragm that's at the base of the rib, that's sort of attaching around to the base of the rib cage back into the spine, how it moves down on the inhale, creating a little bit of pressure in the abdominals. And then on the exhale, this pressure softens down. So this key movement of the diaphragm is really important in learning how to breathe properly. Understanding that on the inhale, the diaphragm relaxes down and then contracts up, helping to assist the breath in and out of the lungs. Great, and then starting to gently open the eyes. We're going to start with some, we're just going to play with some curl-ups today, just exploring this, engaging these deep abdominals. So first of all, just placing the first two fingers on the front two hip bones there, guiding the fingers in and just feeling that fleshy tone there, and then maybe either clearing the throat or coughing slightly, and just feeling that muscle bounce. So that's the deep abdominals we're going to be working with today. So finding your neutral position. We've got a slight tilt of the pelvis forward, but not an overarch. Or maybe you can slide one hand underneath the lower back. I'm going to place the hands, interlace the hands at the back of the head, and keeping the elbows wide, shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to lift the head up just to a hover position and feel maybe a little bit of tone building in the lower abdominals there. We're keeping hold of that neutral spine position. And without yanking the head up, we're going to try and keep the length in the spine. We're going to come up to a gentle curl up. So taking your breath in, exhale, we're just going to curl up, looking past the knees, really lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor. And then inhale, lower back to our hover position. And then again, exhale, curling up, looking past the knees. Inhale back to our hover position. And again, exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Good, and continuing with that, if you want to, you can place a cushion between the knees and upper thighs, really squeezing the inner thighs into the cushion. It can really help to engage the pelvic floor, which can help to stabilise the movement. So we want to try and keep the pelvis really stable with these curl-ups, and it can really assist with this exercise. Building tone in the deep abdominals. And then this time we're going to curl up and we're going to curl over, left elbow towards the right knee. Inhale back to centre, exhale at the other side. So stay nice and high with this. We're not coming too far over, it's more about height than how far we're coming over. So really staying nice and high off the ground with the shoulders and then coming across the body just until you feel the work in the side waist muscles. So coming back to centre, coming across. Good. And then back to centre. And again. Going back to centre, and then the last one towards the left knee. Good. And then coming back to centre, popping the cushion to one side, and just hugging the knees into the chest and releasing that. So maybe rocking side to side. This position is really nice and restorative, so if you're really suffering from aches and pains, this can be a really lovely restorative pose, just hugging the knees into the chest. And then maybe taking little circles around the sacrum in one direction. And then reversing that. And your abdominals might feel a little tight here, so we're going to do The yoga pose we're going to do is like they call it banana pose. It's a really, really nice stretch, especially if you suffer from any scoliosis in the spine. So you can stretch the arms long behind you and the feet extending out, and just enjoying that full body stretch. If you want to, you can slightly arch the rib cage up off the floor if it's okay for your lower back. Breathing into this very gentle back bend here. Breathing into the front of the ribs, the tummy muscles which might feel a little bit activated from the exercises. And then on the next exhale, drawing the rib cage down to the spine, down to the floor, navel back to the spine. I'm going to place the right hand around the left wrist. And we're going to take the upper body over to the right side of the room, just as far as you can, really reaching through the fingers, length along the whole side of the upper body. And then we're going to glue the feet together and take them over in the same direction. So we're forming like a banana pose on the floor. And then if you want to take it further, this is kind of enough of a stretch for a lot of us. But if you want to take it further, you can cross one foot over the other foot. I'm really sensing this deep stretch. So everyone's going to feel this stretch differently. So you might feel it in the abdominals, also in the outer hip here. So breathing into that, feeling that length into the whole side body. Of course, if this is aggravating for your back, then don't come so far over. Another breath here, and then coming back to centre. And we're going to go the other way. So taking the left hand around the right wrist, and then taking the upper body over as far as you can go whilst keeping the whole back of the body on the floor. And then taking the legs in the same direction. If you want to, you can take one foot over the other. And breathing into the pose. We want the pelvis and the shoulder girdle to be down and grounded here. So we want to really make sure we're not lifting off the floor. So the whole back of the body can really relax and soften into the floor. It's a great one to hold for a length of time. They do this in yin as well, yin yoga. We hold it for 3 to 5 minutes. So just as long as you feel is comfortable for you. Good breathing length into the body. And then coming back to centre. So the final pose we're going to do today is again a supine pose onto our backs. It's a supine twist. So you might need support here. If you've got a yoga bolster, then fab. If you don't worry about it. You can grab a cushion from around the house, use whatever supports you need. You may not need a support, but have it nearby in case you do. So arms are going to come alongside the body. We're going to bring the bum, lift the bum over off the floor and come over to the left side of the mat. Bring the knees into the chest nice and high. And then dropping the knees over to the right. And of course then you can use the bolster underneath the knees for support. You can just hang the legs on the bolster, which can be nice. It's not so much of a twist. Or if you want to, you can of course bring the legs down. You want the shoulders to be down. This is really important. So the shoulder, if it's arching off the floor, is going to be putting pressure on your lower back. So making sure the shoulders are grounded is really, really key here. So if you do need that support to get the shoulder down, then do grab something. You can also pop something between the knees as well, so that's another way of doing it. And having the arms outstretched, looking the other direction to the knees. Taking a couple of breaths here. And you can hold for as long as you like, or come over to the other side for me. So I'm going to release that, place the feet on the floor, coming over, bringing the bum over to the right side of the mat, knees up into the chest, and then dropping the knees over. Of course, use any support you need if you need it. Looking in the other direction to the knees, making sure the shoulders are grounded. So staying there and breathing into that posture. So you can just do one set of these, or you can do 30 seconds to a minute on either side, and then swap sides, maybe do a few different sets of those. So supine twist can be so good for the spinal health, but making sure we're not aggravating the back in the process. So do get supported with your twists. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for our final instalment. Do let me know if you've got any questions. If you are interested in this Yogalates for back pain course I'm running this summer in Fulham and in St Margaret's near Twickenham, then do head to the website. It's yogalatesLondon.com/summer-course. You can find it in the classes section of the website. And yeah, do let me know if you've got any thoughts indeed, and I will see you tomorrow.